Somerville coming through big time for Leeds United. Jesse March was over the moon, and his job has been in question for a while. Liverpool now have lost back-to-back games to relegation-threatened teams. First to Nottingham Forest, now to Leeds United. That was just after winning 3-0 against Ajax away in the Champions League. It's crazy what's going on. Coach, what's going on with Liverpool?
To be honest with you, this is what you call...
Beat Man City, beat Ajax, can't beat Nottingham Forest and Leeds United.
Yeah, this is what you call a proper soccer punch. That second goal, the timing of it, the manner in which...
No time to react.
No time to react. We call that a proper soccer punch. Look, Jurgen Klopp has created his own mess. And at the end of the day, he will pay the price for it. I don't think he's finished paying the price because there are more on the way coming. This team needed a proper
reboot.
He decided not to. And now, having decided not to reboot the team, you should now look at the strength of the team in terms of what it is capable of doing at this moment and get them to play like that. Yesterday, all Leeds United wanted to do was to get Liverpool to play to their tempo. Let's go toe-to-toe. Fabinho is not on form.
In fact,
Thiago Alcantara.
there's footage where Jurgen Klopp was giving Fabinho an ear chewing at halftime because he was basically getting run over in the middle of the park.
And maybe you don't blame him because you see, this high octane sort of football has been played by these guys for so many years. So you needed to reboot them. You didn't do that. So can't you get somebody? I think he's got somebody in Thiago. There are times where tactical, I believe, you should have told Thiago, look, take the steam out of this. Let's the guys get some form of breather. But you cannot instruct them. Go, keep going, you don't do that.
That's the only way Leeds United know how to play.
That's the only way Leeds United know how to play. If you look at games that Leeds have been beaten, when the team matched their pace, then strategically, this team is taken. And then they will be uncertain, not knowing what the opponent will do, then bang. Because we all know that defensively, they will give chances away. In every game, like we saw today, or yesterday against Liverpool. Leeds United, they are not the team that will keep a clean sheet. They will never do so. So there are times where you have to wait for your moment because they will commit. Because we all knew, in terms of proper finishes on the day, Liverpool were the better team. A team that have got Salah, that have got Bobby Firmino, that have got the so-called Darwin Núñez, a player I do believe is still struggling. He's not a 100 million euros player. But he's a proper number 9. With time, I believe he's going to come good. So Jurgen Klopp will have to blame himself. And then the level of defending of Van Dijk. And then, was that Gomez?
It was Gomez.
How do you do that? Go and close him down.
They give away for the first goal.
No, for the second
goal,
Look at it. Even the pull-out by the Italian international. Alexander-Arnold.
They allowed him to head the ball 360 and then cut the ball into the box.
And then you saw Bamford give a quick touch, like pa, and you don't let people pass.
Exactly. If I'm the coach and I'm analyzing that goal, that cross should have been blocked because it was a 2v1 situation. So you should be blocking that all day. Instead of Jones going to close him down, they were shadow marking him, allowing him to use his foot, bring the ball into his left foot, and put in the cross. That is schoolboy defending. And at this level, when you do that, you get beat, you get punished, and you pay the price. And like I said, that was a proper soccer punch. No time to react.
Liverpool really, they are a puzzle to me. But, I mean, talking about short-term fixes, if you could fix this short-term, where do you begin from?
You might have to change the system, like Coach said. That this high pressing, like giddy football, it can't work. It seems it's not working. So like Coach said, maybe try and play something more possession-based. But do you have the personnel for that? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Are the players you have capable of that? Maybe a 4-2-3-1 might be the answer. Maybe you try Darwin Núñez up top, Firmino at the 10, Salah on the right, maybe Fabio Carvalho on the left. Something like you just have to try and change something, do something different. they need more ideas because it just looks like going forward they are struggling. And the press is off. That's one of their main problems. And you are playing a high line on top. So if you are playing a high line and you are not pressing, you are making it very easy for teams to get in behind you. And we've seen that happen a lot this season. So maybe drop the defensive line a bit deeper. Play a bit slower, lower your tempo a bit, use your possession a bit more. But I feel like that would be very difficult because the way someone like Dan Nunes plays and you are trying to build your attack around him if you pay 100 million for him, you can't say you're going to slow the tempo down and possess the ball because he's not a technical player like that.
Yeah.
If you are trying
he thrives on momentum.
Yeah, momentum, getting into space. So if you try and play that short passing, slow tempo football where he has to be a target man, hold up the ball, a lot of attacks will die at his feet. So now you're in a very interesting conundrum where you don't know because of the player you bought and his skill set. Because he has a very specific skill set. Because when there's a game and there's space and he can run in behind, he looks dangerous. We can talk about the Man City game. He made a lot of mistakes in his decision making. But there was a reason he was the one getting the ball and getting free to make the bad decision. So we know the best way for him to play. But if you have to switch that style, where does that leave him? And then there's also the other injuries to our other forward players. There's no Jota, there's no Diaz. Maybe if you had some of those other forward players, you have a bit more flexibility. You know what to do, but right now, it's
that is why you can only live within your means, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't cry over spilled milk. Those guys are injured. Look at the team. Frame the team in the way that will bring the best out of the player. When I talked about they changing the tempo, I'm not saying they should move away from the high pressing. But what I'm saying is that, but within the look, Michael Essien used to do these things with cheeky ease. When the tempo is go, come,
slow the game down.
He just takes it. Everybody, come on. Give it, get Thiago, give it to Van Dijk, receive Thiago, let's go square a bit, let's come square a bit, let's go coming back, let's everybody drop back.
And Klopp actually spoke about this. He says that their inability to control games this season has been a big part of them losing a lot of games.
How do you control games?
Liverpool literally has
but you see,
no
that's
control
part of
games.
the problem in terms of personnel. Thiago being the only midfielder who can do that.
I tell you, Thiago and
in games where you don't have
Carvalho,
him, you're in trouble.
The young man sitting on the bench.
I think Carvalho, he strikes me as more of a forward.
I
don't feel like you can drop into the midfield and do
that. I feel like those are instructional.
When you need very, very well instructional, but when you got technical players, Carvalho is one of the
he's very technical. That I agree.
That is where you can. These are the players you use to
hold on to the ball.
Hold on to the ball. Draw the pass. Receive.
The reason I'm mentioning his position is that you know that sometimes if forwards drop into midfield, that kind of understanding of angles and space compared to someone like Thiago is a bit different. And especially because he's younger. He might not have that experience.
If he's playing with Thiago, Fabinho, Salah, Robertson, and then at times you see the manner in which Robertson.
That's what I say. There's no nuance to it. He's just.
What is that?
But that's
all he knows.
They are programmed to go full
throttle.
And that's what I'm saying. If you have the only guys who can maybe slow down the tempo being Fabinho and Thiago, and you said Fabinho is off form, Thiago, you don't know how long he'll be fit for before he goes. And they tried to get Arthur Melo in, who could have done that. And
what
then the injuries.
Arthur Melo's injured.
He's injured. He's had to have surgery. So 4 months. He's not playing for the next 3-4 months. So it's like there's basically, if Thiago goes now, there's no way they can even control it.
Naby Keita would have been there, but he's also
another injury.
Also, so that's what himself with the physio.
You have to really wonder, how are Liverpool going to get over this?
Because I feel like Liverpool's best bet is to ride out the storm to the World Cup. Hope that they can get some players in January to finish the season.
I don't even think maybe even the rest for some of the players who are not going and might not play a lot.
Right now, the fear factor is gone. When teams look
at Van Dijk and
come on,
Trent like, we can get some goals out of these guys.
Get at these guys. The moment teams start seeing you like that,
they're in trouble.
Every week
and that's the exact opposite of Man City, where you can tell when a lot of teams play them. It's like they're one goal down before the first one. Because as that first 20 minutes, you're not touching the ball.
You know they're going to get a goal.
You know, they're just passing the ball, you're not touching the ball. For players, it's frustrating.
Yes.
It just gets you on your edge. And because Liverpool don't do that, they are putting pressure. You get the ball, you get opportunities, you get space. Because a Man City, and this is something Man City often do, if Man City take the lead, they almost never give it up. Liverpool like this. Liverpool are always the first to concede in their games nowadays. And I think if you look at maybe their last 10, 15 games in the league, they've conceded first in like the 10 or 9. And if you're a top team, you don't want to be chasing games so often. So there's a lot that needs to be fixed. But I don't see it as that bad in the sense that because of the quality of players you have and the quality of Klopp, just one tiny detail changing can get them back on track. But the title is forgotten. But I want to see where they are by the time the World Cup comes. It's about what 2 games left until the World Cup. Let's see how close they are to fourth. If we can see that it's a big gap that's insurmountable, I think Klopp has to go. I think that's where I stand on this. That depending on where they are when we break for the World Cup, that's when they should decide what to do with Klopp. If they are close enough, it might be a bit early. But if you can see that there's a gap that cannot be overcome, you have to
then the manager needs to go. Okay.